Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Oh, we lift our hands in the sanctuary. Hey, we lift our hands to give you the glory. Hey, we lift our hands to give you the praise. And I will lift you for the rest of my days. Jesus, we give you the praise. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Emmanuel. Yeah. Double tap on that screen. How y'all doing this morning? Rich rising, grand rising, all that beautiful stuff to all the beautiful people. Man, good morning to my chosen family. Happy new day to you guys, man. Double tap on my screen as you come into the room. Man, I'm telling you, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. One thing that we cannot get around, no matter how much we try, is what? God is so good. Come on. Talking about looking beautiful this morning, and so are you. Thank you so much, Destiny. One thing that you cannot deny on this beautiful day is what? That God is good. God is so good. He's so good to us. So if you're experiencing this brand new day on this morning, go ahead and double tap on my screen. Go ahead and send me some love this morning. Double tap on that screen. If you are up, you are in the right mind. If you have the activities of your limbs, that's right. If you are able body on this morning, go ahead and double tap on that screen and show some love, just because you know what? I just want to thank you for being here. That's right, Antoinette. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate the first stars of the morning. Appreciate you. I see you, Fifi, for over there. Appreciate that first badge of the morning, Anne Marie. Appreciate those flowers. Double tapping on that screen. I see y'all. If you are up this morning in your right mind, activities of your limbs, and you just like, you know what? I'm able to breathe on my own this morning, coach. Moving around on my own this morning. Unlike some folk, I got a job that I'm going to on this morning. Unlike some folk, I'm waking up in a warm house on this cold morning, coach. For that alone, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you because you know what? It could have been another way around. So for that alone, I'm grateful. I'm appreciative of this on this beautiful day. Double tap on my screen as y'all come into the room. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. We on 103 days. That's right, 103 days. We right here in the 122-day challenge. 103 days, man. I'm telling you, these days are what? They getting by. They getting by super fast, man. And just while we're on the live already too, I want to go ahead and put out there one more time for the folks in the very back. If you guys have not already subscribed to my Patreon, right? If you guys have not already subscribed to my Patreon, make sure you go and do so. The link is in my bio. It says Linktree Street. Stroll down to where it says Mental Health Support Group. Go ahead and get signed up expeditiously. The study group, if you want to do the study group with us, is every Thursday from 6:30 to 7:30 every single Thursday. That's Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you become a part of the chosen family. If you're interested in learning more, starting your spiritual journey, your healing journey, your self-love journey, your mental health journey, that is where you need to be every single Thursday from 6:30 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, right there in the Patreon. Also, becoming a part of the Patreon means that every Tuesday and Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have prayer call. That's right. Listen, I meet up with y'all 3 times a week in that Patreon, 3 times a week. If you're not a part of the chosen family, you are doing yourself a disservice. If you're just now starting your healing journey, your spiritual journey, your mental health journey, your self-love journey, you want to be inside of the chosen family. Understand me? Look at friend over there talking about, yeah, you better tell them. I'm trying to tell them. I'm trying to get them in there. I'm trying to set them up for 2025. I'm trying to make sure, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get them right. So you need to go. Hey, get to the Patreon. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we have prayer at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring your questions, your comments, your testimonies, anything that you need, you bring it to there, right there. So if you online, you like, I watch your live videos and all of this and whatnot, but you need to ask your own questions. You got your own thing going on, and you need to say it to me directly. You need to subscribe to the Patreon. The link is in the bio where it says Linktree Street. Click that, stroll down to it says Mental Health Support Group. through, select the $10 tier, because if you select to join for free, you're not going to be able to open up any of the videos. You will not be able to see the videos, and you will not be able to participate in a 24-hour chat, right? So in order for you to become a part of all of that, you have to select a tier. Select the tier, it unlocks all the videos, and then you are able to participate in everything that we got going on in the Patreon. Right? So yeah, look at friend. Friend say, come on in the room. I'm trying to help the people. I'm trying to tell the people to get in. I have so many people that inbox me, that text me even. They'll text my number off the flyer and say, I want to become a part of your chosen family. Can you tell us? So I'm starting off the live videos by telling y'all how to become a part of the chosen family. Everywhere I go, y'all asking me about the chosen family. Click the link in the bio, become a part of the chosen family. I promise you that it's that simple, it's that easy, and we will love to have you. Know that my family is family. That's a fact. My family is family. You gonna want to be in there. If you're not in there, you definitely doing yourself a disservice on today. Good morning, good morning, good morning. That's right, prayer call today at 12 p.m., 12 o'clock p.m. We have prayer today. It's every Tuesday and Thursday. Y'all know all week we've been talking about what? Put it in my chat real quick. I want to see who's been paying attention. I want to see who's been paying attention. So I want to make sure y'all get it in the chat. We need, 6 more badges over there on IG real quick. We need 150 stars over here on Facebook. And on TikTok, we are at, what is that? That is 8. Y'all at 8.5. Double tap on that screen. Get us up to 10K. Double tap on that screen. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's reach these goals this morning. There we go, Kara. Good morning to you. Look at you. Okay, you and Denise got it. Season of resistance. Okay. Cherie got that resistance. Okay. Melalicious got the resistance. Okay. There you go, Buttercup. That's right. All week we have been focusing on Antoinette Mitchell. Let's go, Antoinette. That's right. The season of resistance. The season of resistance is what we've been talking about. And we've been talking about that all week because I want you guys to understand that while you guys are operating in transforming right now, going through your transformation stage, I want you to know that this is in fact the time that you're going to be tempted the most. When you're going through your change of life, your transformation in life, when you're switching up your normal routines, things that you used to do this way and that way. Good morning, Khalil Gray. How you doing this morning? When you start switching up those things, that right there, that's when the enemy starts to attack the most. That's when the enemy starts to do the absolute most in your life. Understand me? So you got to be prepared for that. The moment that you start, I'm trying to tell you right now, the moment that you start pushing forward in life, changing certain things that you do in your life, that's when you can tell that right there. That's when the adversary be at his, oh, wait a minute, I got to come over there and stop them. Wait a minute. Ain't no way in the world they think that they gonna keep going like that. Ain't no way in the world they think that they gonna do this or they gonna do that. That's when that starts to happen. So I don't want you to be surprised. I don't want you to be shocked. Come on, Big Real. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shay Shay. I don't want you to be surprised. I don't want you to be shocked. I don't want you to think or find it strange that all of a sudden now that I'm working on myself, now I'm starting to feel this and I'm starting to feel that. Now I'm starting to work on myself. Now all of a sudden this coming up against me, this coming up against me. These people saying this, that, and the third. That's exactly what's supposed to be happening. Understand me. That's exactly what's supposed to be happening. If you are not being attacked, if nothing is not coming at you, then that means that something is not being done right. Hello, somebody, understand me, hear me. I want you to know that if nothing is happening, if you're not facing anything, that just simply means that there's nothing happening. There's no growth. There's no development. Nothing is taking place. So what I need you to know that going through this season of resistance is because I want you to be knowledgeable of the fact that when you're transforming, when you're changing, understand me, when you're going through that process, that you are going to be attacked. Things are going to start to happen. Understand me. What's a transformation, coach? What is transformation? Transformation is changing a thing from one state of being to another state. It's when you change something from one thing to another thing. That's a transformation. right? And I use the example of Transformers. Is when you take that thing, when you first see it, it's a car. And when you start twisting and pulling out the parts and doing different things, thank you, Danielle, for the stars. I appreciate you. When you start twisting it and turning it and shifting it, then what happens right then and there? When you start doing that, what happens? Then now all of a sudden that car goes from being a car to now that car is actually standing up, right? Now the car is standing up. Now the car is over there and it's fighting all type of battles, but before it was just a car. That's how we are in our regular lives on a regular basis. Now that we're transforming, we're transitioning into something completely different. We may have been the toxic individual in the relationship before. We may have been the liar. We may have been the cheat. We may have been the problem over there. Let's just be real, because sometimes we are the problem. We may have been that individual, but now this is who I am in my life. I'm changing, I'm growing, I'm evolving, I'm learning from my mistakes. Understand me? And that right there, and that is okay. Give yourself grace. Understand me? That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Acknowledge your mistakes. Acknowledge you're wrong. Acknowledge what it is that you've done and move forward in life. But what you don't do is allow people to hold you hostage, to keep you stuck in your past, to continuously hold things, that mistakes and whatnot that you've made over the years, to continue to hold those things over your head. Oh, baby, the devil is a lie. You can play with some folk, you just can't play with me. Understand me? I will not be held hostage by my past mistakes. I will not allow you, understand me, to control and manipulate me through the things that I've done when I was at my broken state. Because when I start to transform in my life, I'm no longer that individual. I no longer think that way. I no longer behave that way. I no longer speak that way. I no longer move that way. And that is how you have to deal with folk. Understand me? Because there will be some folk that no matter how much you change, no matter how much you develop, no matter how much they see that you are not that person that you used to be, they will be fighting you tooth and nail, understand me, to try to trigger that old broken version of you to come back up. Come on. Baby, hey, look at Shay Shay. Shay Shay's like, hey, and that's it, and that's it. Come on, so yeah, let's be real about it. You got some folk in your life, you love them the most, and you want them to see your change. You want them to see your growth and your development. And no matter how much you put it on display, do you hear me? No matter how much you put it on display, friends, they drop mic, baby, because we have to be real about that one. No matter how much you put it on display, no matter how much you love them different, show up in their life completely different, guess what? They will still treat you like you that same old person. Understand me? And some of y'all right now, y'all on the live, you like, listen, I'm tired of having the same conversation over and over. Thank you, CC. I appreciate you. I'm tired of having them same conversations over and over and over about how much I didn't change, how much I'm not this and I'm not that. Some of y'all at y'all breaking point, and y'all like, listen, just go ahead and leave me. Understand? Come on, can we? Oh, y'all don't want to talk about that? That's too real. That might be a little bit too deep. That I might need to drink water on that. What? Some of y'all are at that point in your relationship and in your marriage and your friendship and everywhere else. Go ahead and leave me. Understand me? Because I tell you what, no matter how much I change, no matter how much I grow, it'll never be enough for you. You never going to see it. I'm so sick and tired of having to come and prove myself to you. I'm so sick and tired of always having to come over here and reassure. Baby, I've been reassuring you so much that it's draining to me. I'm tired of coming over here, having to break this down, break that down, let you see that it ain't this, let you see that it ain't that. It's then got to the point right now where, baby, just leave me. Hello, just go ahead. I'm giving you permission to go ahead and leave me. I'm giving you permission to go ahead on about your business. I accept full responsibility. Go ahead. Come on. Okay, I was just being real. Felicia, wait. Felicia, I was just being real about it. You know what I'm saying? I was just being real about it. And then I said all of that to say this right here. The reason why they won't leave when you tell them to go ahead and leave you. The reason why they won't leave when you tell them to go ahead and leave you. The reason why they will not leave after you say, go ahead and leave me, is because people are not as slow as they pretend to be. Hear me. What you say, Coach? Because people are not as slow as they pretend to be. Friends say, talk to me. Nice, coach. I got you, right? They're not as slow, sweetheart, as they pretend to be. They try to act like they don't see your growth and they don't see your development. They try to pretend like they don't see that you're no longer that individual. Understand me, people are very much aware. They see the change in you, the way that you show up, the effort that you're putting in. They see all of that. Trust me when I tell you, that's the reason why they won't leave. That's the reason why they won't go ahead on about their business. What they're doing though is because they know that this has happened before, they try to hold on to that, to use you for your goodness that they see, to use and abuse you for the love that they see, to use and abuse you for the effort that you're putting forth. So what they do is they try to use and manipulate you through the pain. Understand that, because they know that you are genuinely sorry for what it is that you've done, that you are genuinely trying to make a change in your life. And what they do is they become this person that's holding these strings up above your head, that's attached to each part of your body. And whenever they feel a way or they want you to do something, they get to moving them strings. And when they get to moving them strings, then all of a sudden, understand me, then you get to moving and marching and doing exactly what they want you to do. Then they get to pulling them strings. I want you to know, there you go right there. That's what they do. Do not allow anybody to force you to live in your past. Don't allow anybody to come tiptoeing up in your life, understand me, to try to make you feel bad for anything that you've experienced, anything that you've done in your broken state. You are transforming. You are becoming something that is brand new, and it is okay. And I want you to know, I want you to remove the guilt. I want you to remove the shame, and I want to look you directly in your face on this morning, and I want to tell you, baby, you ain't the only one that got a past. You ain't the only one that have made some bad decisions. You're not the only one that was in some places that you ain't had no business being in. You're not the only one that stepped out there and did it. You ain't the only one. I want you to understand that we all have a past. We all have struggles. We all have things that we've done, decisions that we've made that we are not proud of. Understand me. Stop thinking that it's just you. That is nothing but the trick of the enemy. Wants to isolate you and make you feel like everybody is better than you. What'd you say, coach? Write it in your notes. That's nothing but the enemy trying to trick you to isolation, to try to make you feel like everybody else is better than you, doing better than you, and yet everybody is so much further ahead of you, and it's always a problem. No. That's a trick of the enemy, honey. I want you to understand that, because if the enemy can isolate you, then once he gets you isolated, then he can keep you away from the things that you need in order for you to grow and to heal. So as long as he keeps you in that isolated state, understand me, when he keeps you in that isolated state, then he's shutting out all the things, all the nutritious things, all the self-building things, all the things that you need to know mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. He's shutting out all of that information from around you to keep you in that broke, in that broke state. And it's because as long as he have you in that broke state, then he's in control. Because as long as you're in that broken state, then he's in control. The enemy loses power when you become knowledgeable. Okay, that's notes right there. Thank you so much for that badge. I appreciate it. Double tap on my screen. Can I get some stars on Facebook? Can I get 100 stars on Facebook? Double tap on that screen. Let's go. That right there. That's a note right there. That's a note right there, baby. Yeah. The enemy starts to lose power. Understand me, when you become knowledgeable, right? When you become knowledgeable, he starts to lose power. When you start growing. See, when you don't know any better, you'll stick by what you feel like that person know. They know I might as well stay right here. And you're looking for their covering. You're looking for their protection. You're looking for them to be able to do it for you. One of the enemy's greatest fears is the fact that you're going to step into knowledge and understanding, the revelation, the clarity. When you become knowledgeable of a person's behavior, the way that they act, the way that they talk, how they show up, when you see that you're being manipulated, when you see with a clear view that you're being taken advantage of, that this person is ungrateful, understand me, when you start to see that for yourself, acknowledging it for yourself, and you know that this is not something that you're just making up, that this is not just something that you're pulling out of the air, understand me, you're like, no, no. I know what this is. Once you become knowledgeable of certain things, the enemy cannot use you the way that he used to use you. And that's why the enemy then do what? Start to get mad and throw what? An adult temper tantrum. Anytime that, as long as you're down bad, they okay with you. As long as you're ignorant, they are okay with you. As long as you're struggling in life, they are okay with you. Don't have a problem with you until you do what? Start transforming. Don't have a problem with you until you start what? Bossing up. Don't have a problem with you until you start what? Minding your own business, focusing on your growth and your development, your healing journey, your spiritual journey, your self-love journey. Don't have a problem with you until you actually start working on you. And when you start working on yourself and gaining more knowledge and applying the knowledge that you're gaining, then all of a sudden everybody got an issue with you. Now you can read the book. They don't have a problem with you being knowledgeable, right? Let's say it like this right here. Can I say it like this right here? You can read all the books that you want to read, but don't apply the knowledge from the books. See, knowledge is not powerful until it's applied. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't apply that knowledge, it's just wasted knowledge. So you can start reading all the books. You can go to the seminars and the webinars and all of that. But you don't become a threat to the enemy until you start applying all the things that you've learned, until you start taking the knowledge from the books and start attaching it to your every day-to-day life. That right there, that's where oh baby, wait a second, hold on. That's when they start saying what? It don't take all that. You ain't got to go to all them seminars and you always want to go to them women conferences. Now you want to get back on that little prayer group with them folk. And now, oh, wait a minute, you just doing too much. And yeah, that don't even sound right. Y'all always doing, yeah. That's when the enemy really starts to feel threatened, because they're now seeing the change in the person that you are. They're noticing that they can't do the things that they used to be able to do, because now you're calling it out. Whenever you see that they're projecting, you're calling it out and calling it for what it is. You're not saying, oh, you're just trying to get over on me. You start saying stuff like, no, you're projecting on me. Those are your thoughts. Those are your behaviors. That's how you are. Understand? And you're trying to make it be an issue that is mine. That's not for me. Hello. And then they really get mad because they know that, oh, wait a minute, you had to learn that from a group, because before you were just saying I was trying to get over on you. Now you're able to really call it out for what that thing really and truly is. Understand that that's why they be mad. That's why folks be feeling a certain type of way. Oh, you gaslighting me. Understand me? You gaslighting me. They get mad. Oh, y'all just be learning a new word and y'all overdo the word. Y'all get y'all a new word and y'all just run the word out. No, you're just mad that I'm calling it what it really and truly is. You want me to say what other folk been saying, poking the bear? Okay, well, it's poking the bear and gaslighting. You know exactly what you're doing. You're trying to get a response out of me. You're trying to upset me. You're trying to frustrate me. You're trying to annoy me. You're trying to get up under my skin. Does that make sense to you? Do you get that? Do you understand that? You're upset not at the word choice. You're not mad at my word choice. You're mad at the fact that I'm calling out what it is that you're doing, and you're trying to find something to come at me to try to deflect what the real issue is. You're a gaslighter. Yeah. Let's be real about it. Oh yeah, this. I'm showing you the ways that you have to prepare yourself and what you need to be, resisting going into this transformation stage, because you're going to have people, the more that you change, the more that you grow and develop in life, there's going to be so many people that's going to be coming at you. And when they're going to be coming at you, they're going to be doing their absolute best to try to pick you apart. What you say, the more that you change, the more that you grow, you have to be prepared, because the enemy is going to do what? They're going to pick you apart. They're going to try to find anything and everything to continue to do what? To pick at you, just so that they can get you to respond the way that they want you to respond. Understand me? This is what they'll do. They'll continue to go. And I got another one, because I got some more up here. Understand me? They'll keep on going. Oh, y'all, you getting brainwashed. You getting brainwashed. Ain't no way that you will be over here traveling around, going to no conferences like that. They got y'all reading all these books, and you too old to be doing these homework assignments. She got y'all doing homework. Ain't no way in the world, y'all, you letting that take over your life. You letting that take over your life. No, I'm changing my life. I'm changing my life. And the more that I grow and more that I work on myself, I'm realizing that you are very narcissist. And then they say, well, y'all, with that word out, everything ain't narcissist. You're a manipulator. You're a gaslighter. right. You project all of these things, you thrive off of power and control. You want to always be the center of everything. Yeah. That's exactly what you are. And two things for sure is one thing that they don't like the truth. And so when you start speaking truth and when you start pointing out the reasons of why you call them what you're calling them, when you start doing that, then they really get bothered by you. They really get upset by you. Then they start to insult you indirectly, right? Then they start to insult you indirectly. What do you mean, coach? They'll start saying stuff like, oh, you got that from such and such. You learned that from such and such. Wait a minute. And don't even realize, wait a minute, hold on. Why are you acting like I don't have a brain of my own? How you acting like when I tell you that I don't like the way that you talking to me, then you tell me that I got that from my coach, or I got that from somebody that I've been talking to on the phone, my best friend, my cousin, my auntie, or whatnot. Like, I don't know when you talking to me in a way that I don't like. How in the world you think I got to talk to them to find out that I don't like the way that you talk to me? Understand me, that's the craziest thing ever. Why you think I don't have a brain of my own? The reason why people think that you don't have a brain of your own is because they've been utilizing your brain the whole time. They've been controlling your brain the whole time. They've been able to manipulate you to make you do what they want you to do the whole entire time. So when they start to feel like somebody else is influencing you, or somebody else is telling you something that is different from what they've been telling you, then all of a sudden now, see what I mean? And this is why coach tell you to operate with your super, friends say, this is why coach tell you to operate with your super power of calmness. Because when you learn how to be calm, understand me, when you learn to be calm and you just allow people just to talk and to do what they gonna do, then you find out so much about that individual. You learn so much about that person, who they are at their core self. Understand me, if you just get quiet, that's why I feel the Bible puts so much emphasis on being still. Understand me, because you start to see so much more when you still. You start to understand so much more when you still. You're able to strategize and all. It's so much, right? Because the enemy wants you to do what? He wants you to feel panic. He wants you to feel stress. He wants you to feel anxiety. He wants you to always be running around, because if you are not operating in calmness, then you're operating in panic. And if you're operating in panic, you're operating in what? You're operating in your emotions. If you have calmness and you have panic, if you're not operating in calmness, then you're operating in a panic. And if you're operating in a panic, you are operating in what? You're operating in your emotions. If you are not operating in calmness, then you're operating in panic or in chaos. And if you are operating in panic or chaos, then you are operating in your emotions. When a person is calm and they're thinking, understand me, they're operating in wisdom. They're able to strategize. They're able to think clear, so to make sure that the outcome of that situation is going to be in their favor. When you're operating in your emotions, there you go, that's right, Denise. You're operating in a panic. When you're operating in that panic, you're operating out of those emotions. And that emotional driven person is what? It's a liability. You're hurrying up and doing something, and that hurrying up and doing what you're doing can cost you everything. You have to resist that temptation of when you see it and you pick up on those things with these people, back up. Back up. Even if they feel like they just won. Oh, I just won. I just shut you down. Let them win. Let them win. Let them have it. Let them win. Let them have it. What you say, Coach, I'm saying it this way because I want you to hear me with your heart. This was laid on me this morning, so I know that it's definitely for somebody. This is not your battle. This is not your battle. This is not your fight, sweetheart. This is not, I want you to it's not. It's not. And as long as you continue to move the way that you're moving, you're doing nothing but wearing yourself completely out. They already have their mind made up. This is already who and what they are. In this season of resistance, in this season of our life, of our spiritual journey, our growth journey, our healing and development journey, you are charged to step back. That's it. Step back. Not picking up nothing that's not mine. Step back. Allow people to be who they are. Allow people to move how they want to move. And guess what? When they move in the way that they want to move and doing what they want to do, you better not pick up that cape. Do you hear me? We're not jumping in to save. We're not jumping in to provide. We're not jumping in to try to protect nobody from themselves or their consequences. Whatever it is that you go out there and do, you better be prepared to stand on the consequences of your actions. Understand me. There will be no calling me and then thinking that I'm going to run out there and I'm going to, no. If you do what you're going to have to do, you will have to go through it. That's it. That's all. That's what you have to do. In the season that we're in right now, you have got to get to a place where you stop taking on things that are not yours, because the more that you take on things that are not yours, the more, understand me, thank you so much, Miss Taylor, for the stars. What's going to happen in that situation is the more that you're going to self-neglect. Yeah. The more that you take on things that are not yours, or the more that you self-neglect, because your focus is not on what your focus is supposed to be on. Your focus is on somebody else and what they got going on, and not on yourself. And you cannot afford that in this season. As you continue on your spiritual journey, you got to know that in this season of transitioning, understand that you have to practice great desire, restraints, and just going, because I want to pick up from where we left off yesterday. I gave y'all 6, and it was and I'm saying it again because TikTok ended up getting cut off. They back this morning, so I want to go through those 6 steps for anybody that wasn't here yesterday, but you back today. Well, you were here yesterday and then it cut off, and you guys wasn't able to get the 6 things. So I want to go here. I want to go back over it with them real quick. And while I'm going it over with them real quick, IG and Facebook. Facebook, get us up. What we got going? We got a problem with the stars over there. I seen somebody saying that stars not showing. Double tap on the screen. Can we get up to 500? Right now we at 208, and our goal is 2K. Our goal is 2K, and we running behind this morning. We normally be all the way up there by now. She says, "Come on, coach and teach. I'm on the way." Double tap on the screen, right? So we're gonna go into it real quick. Number 1 was that difficult task. I told y'all difficult task, right? That was one of them. And that second one was going to be a major change. You had major change. That next one that we had was a delayed promise, right? And then that next one after delayed promise was an unsolved problem, right? So then we had unsolved problem. And then we had prolonged pain. The 6 ways that we are tempted throughout when we're starting to change in our development is through a difficult new task. When we all of a sudden take on something that's brand new, that's extremely challenging for us, the enemy will go outside of his way. Thank you so much, Benny Simpson. The enemy, thank you, Crystal Love. The enemy will do what? Right? When we have that new difficult task, the enemy will go outside of his way to try to trick us and make us feel like we're not deserving of it, or we can't do it, or this might be something of, oh yeah, you done bit off more than you can chew, and this right here, this really ain't for somebody like you, to make you want to go ahead and throw in the towel. The next one was that major change. It'll be something that changes right in your life. It said God tells us to go, and you go, and it's kind of like the situation with Abraham when he told Abraham, hey, look, I want you to go, but he did not give him all the details. When God gives you a direction in your life and don't give you all the details, but you have to be willing to obey even without knowing all the details. You have to be willing to be what? To trust him blindly. Understand me? To follow him blindly. You have to be willing to do just that. Thank you so much, Bingham, for the stars. And then we're going to go on. The next one was a delayed promise, right? A delayed promise is when we were talking about Jacob yesterday. And I said, remember Jacob had that prayer and he met the angel down by the river. And when he met him down by the river, he was like, wait a minute, I've been prayed this prayer. And the angel had to let him know, Jacob, your prayer been answered. God been answered you. But you have to understand how this thing works. It's not just the earthly realm that you're dealing with, the earthly realm. We have to also deal in the spiritual realm. And on my way coming to you to give you what you need, I ran into some opposition. It's in the scripture. It's in the scripture. This is how we know that when we're changing, when we're growing, when we're evolving, when we're aligning ourselves up with the Most High God, that we know that there's some things that's coming against us that we don't even know that's coming against us, that we got some haters, we got some naysayers, we got some Debbie Downers, we got some folk in our life that we don't even know that's coming against us. How you feel a way about me and don't know me? How you speaking bad about me and don't know me? How you trying to destroy me and don't know me? How you trying to discredit me and don't know me? This is how we know that this is what happens. This is how we know that this is something that be taking place. Thank you so much, Impatient, for the badge. I appreciate you. Thank you, Teresa, for the stars. This is how we know that right there alone lets us know that this right here, oh baby, hold up. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me, it told us in the book. But if you don't read the book, you'll never have the answers. It's right there in the book. But if you don't read the book, then you'll never have the answers. It's right there in the book. But if you don't open the book, if you don't take the opportunity to study, if you don't take the opportunity to dissect, if you are way too busy with life that you never sit there and read the blueprint. I just want to say this, and I'm going to get on into what we're doing, but I want to say this. Do you know how foolish that most people really have to be when you have a whole blueprint, an easy way, a way that's going to show you how to do every single thing, and it's going to walk you through every single experience. Thank you, First Lady T, for that badge. That's going to walk you through every single experience that you're going to experience right here on earth, to have the blueprint that's right there. But you never take the opportunity to open it up. You never take the opportunity to go through those different things and see exactly what did other people do when they was experiencing this, and what did other people do when they was going through that. You never took the opportunity, and it's a blueprint. That's why I say people be walking around wide sleep. You don't want to take the time. I'm too busy to read. They got audiobooks. They got you're choosing ignorance. They got audiobooks. You're choosing ignorance. But I'm gonna keep going. But this is how we know. This right here was confirmation for anybody that needed to know. They needed to know. Thank you, LaToya Taylor, for the cash app. For anybody that needed to know, dang, man, what's going on? I've been praying, I've been fasting, I've been going through this, I've been meditating, I've been working on myself every single day, and it's like this ain't happening, it's like that ain't happening, it's like God ain't hearing my prayers, and I'm still this, and that. Jacob was the same exact way, sweetheart. Right there when we talked about the delayed promise, Jacob was going through the same exact thing that you're talking about. He was going through the same thing. He had got out there by the river, and he was so tired. Understand me, he was so tired, and he told the angel, I don't even have the energy to talk to you. Do you know how down bad that you got to really be? How hurt you got to really be? How abandoned you got to really be? Some of y'all may have never experienced this, but I most definitely have, that you don't even want to talk. Have anybody, just be real. I want to see who's going to be real. Just put the hand up in the chat real quick. If you've ever experienced hurt on a level where I just don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk. I don't want nobody to call me. Don't text me. I really, I'm so good. I'm so good. When you done went through something and you're so disappointed, or you feel so betrayed by something that you don't even want to talk. You don't even know how to form. You don't even have the energy to formulate a sentence because you just feel how you feel. Thank you, Heather Gigan, for the badge. Understand me? Oh, baby, that's tight right there. Yeah, can we be real, Ty, real quick? That's some real stuff right there. When you get to that level, that's what Jacob was. Jacob said, I'm too weak to even speak. The angel had to check him. He said, I was on my way here, but I got caught by some opposition. I know you wanted something, but I had to go through something to be able to get here, to be able to give you what it is that you want. Understand me, your patience, come on, get your ink pens out real quick. Your patience is going to be required on this journey. What you said, Coach, this is an ink pen note for you right here, Gretchen. Your patience is going to be required for this journey. You have to be patient because you have to understand that your time is not God's time, and God don't move on your time, and he's not moved or influenced by your your whining and your crying and your mood swings. Understand me, he still don't care nothing about that. God don't care nothing about the fact that you sliding down the wall. He don't care nothing about the fact that you over there, understand me, driving out your high gas. He don't care nothing about the fact that you having a group conversation. You done FaceTime everybody, talking to everybody on your job and all this and all that. He don't care nothing about that. We know that he's going to move when he's going to move. And there's absolutely nothing that you're going to be able to do about it other than utilize your patience. Your patience is required on this journey. Your patience is required on this journey. Understand me, because God is not going to move based off of your mood. God is not going to move. Your patience is required on this journey because God is not going to move, M-O-V-E, based off your mood, M-O-O-D. That's not how this works, sweetheart. That's not how this works. So let me just cheat code is this right here. Baby, that adult temper tantrums that y'all be throwing when y'all don't get what y'all want when y'all want it, y'all might as well go ahead and let that go. All of that falling out, crying, and all, let that go. That's wasted energy. You're wasting your energy. You're wasting, You're wearing yourself out for absolutely nothing. It's either you're going to believe or you're not going to believe. For God, it's either you're walking in faith or you're walking in fear. It's either you want to be on board or you're going to be all the way off board. It's either one or the other when it comes down to him. But that lukewarm, he said, I'll spit you out of my mouth. I don't even deal with the people that operate with a lukewarm. That's when you mix the hot and the cold. You have a decision that you're going to make, but you can't be hot and also cold. Understand me? He said, I'll spit you, slam up out my mouth. That's what it said. It says, lukewarm, I'll spit you out of my mouth. He's not dealing with that. That's the reason why it's so important that you choose what it is that you're going to do. And you stand 10 toes to the ground with that choice. Understand me? So when you say, I'm lining up my life with you, this is what I'm going to do. Now you have a responsibility to fulfill just what you just said. And if you're not going to be in alignment, just don't be in alignment. Want me to tell you why? Because he going, at the mouth. I can't make this up. That's really scripture. That's really scripture. He says, if you're lukewarm, I'll spit you out of my mouth. That's really scripture. I'm not making that up. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm telling you the truth. You're either going to be hot or you're going to be cold. It's either you're going to believe or you're not going to believe. And it's wasted time, it's wasted energy, and it's wasted effort when you sit there and have an adult temper tantrum. When you start operating in panic attacks, stress attacks, anxiety attacks, anything that is messing with your nervous system, when you start going through that, all of those things are your choice. Understand me. I tell my people all the time what I say: step back, step away, breathe, 1, 2, 3, in and breathe. Release it. 1, 2, 3. Remember who is in control of every situation. And baby, that ain't you. Hello, somebody. What you say, coach? Remember who's in control of every situation, and that is not you. You are not in control of the situation. When you step back and you step away and you inhale, hold it, exhale, and inhale, hold it, exhale, you are releasing all of that up off of you. In that moment, you're reminding God that you are in control. Understand me. I'm not in control. However, you want to go about this thing, this is exactly what it's going to be. But what I will not do is I'm not going to have a panic attack. You ain't got to bring me no paper bag. I'm not going to have an anxiety attack. You ain't got to come over here pumping up on my chest. You ain't got to worry about calling no ambulance. Understand me, I'm going to be all right either way. You have to have that type of faith in the Most High. Baby, I'm going to be all right either way. It's however y'all want to go about it. But if you're waiting on me to give you a trauma response, oh baby, that is not going to happen. What you say, baby? That's red ink for some folks. Baby, if you're waiting on me to give you a trauma response, that's not about to happen. Understand me. If you think I'm about to lose my breath, baby, I'm not about to lose my breath. I'm not. If you think I'm about to fall out, baby, I am all 10, on all 10, sturdy, locked in. Do you hear me? Fastened. Hello, that's it. That's how you wake up every day. That's how you walk through life every single day. Because of what? You are not in control. When you relinquish that to the Most High, then in that moment, you let go of everything else. You let it go. You wake up every day. This battle is not mine. This fight is not mine. This war is not mine. It's going going to be whatever God wants it to be, and I'm going to be good with whatever it is that he wants for my life. That's it. That's all. When it came down to it, the angel let Jacob know right then and there. He says, Jacob, that your prayer have already been answered. And some of y'all get so frustrated, and you feel abandoned, and you feel defeated, and you feel destroyed, and all of these things. You feel these things because God's not moving when you want him to move. And the truth of the matter is, when you start to feel those emotions, that's nothing but the adversary. Resist it. When you start to feel those feelings of defeat, of hurt and betrayal, and like God is not doing what he's supposed to do, then you've been tricked. You've been bamboozled, you've been hoodwinked, you've been finessed by the adversary in that moment. This is what was happening when Jacob was there. The enemy, because he didn't get the answer that he wanted in the time that he wanted it, he started to think that God did not hear him. Understand me, that he had been shut off from heaven, and that God was not about to move on his behalf. And then here come the angel with the reassurance, and then he checks him so good. He touches him and he restores his strength. He says, stand up so you can talk to me. Like, what are we talking about right here? Baby, where you going with this right here that you got going on? Then he go ahead and he check him and he get it all the way together. And he says, listen, I was up there. I was fighting on your behalf. You had some spiritual wickedness in high places. You had some principalities. Understand me. You had some strongholds. You had some generational curses. You had some monitoring spirits. You had some stuff that was going on in the spiritual realm that I had to fight through before I could actually get to you. And baby, when I tell you, they were so tough up on your life. They were so entangled up around your life. They was coming up against you so real in your life. I had to call for backup. Understand me. And I know that if somebody on this live can understand that when you feel like, oh baby, I know I got some stuff that's coming after me. I got some stuff that I got to break off of me. I got some stuff that's deeply rooted type of stuff. Understand me. This is what the angel is breaking down to Jacob. It's some things that you are not aware of that's taking place, and we have to take care of all of that before we get to you. Your patience is required. Come on, Gigi. Your patience is required. Understand, that's promise, a delayed promise. It's like, I'm on the way. I'm on the way. An unsolved problem was another one, right? The unsolved problem is it's like, hey, wait a minute. It's when things happen in your life and you don't know how they happen or why they happen, and you don't know how to fix it, right? So the enemy tricks you into spending majority of your life or the rest of your life trying to fix something that you will never be able to fix. Trying to deal with something, build something that you can never build. That's the power of deception. What'd you say, Coach? The unsolved problem is when the enemy deceives you, tricks you into thinking or making you believe that you can fix it when you know that you really can't. It's like you can do something about it when you really can't. So you waste all of your time, your energy, and your effort trying to rebuild something that can never be rebuilt. Understand me, trying to get something to do something that it's never really ever going to do. And the only purpose of that is to get you to waste your time. The only reason of that is to get you to waste your energy. The only reason of him doing that is get you to fumble your gifts, to fumble your talents. So you will sit on all the things that God have given you. You will sit on those things because you're focused on that one thing. The enemy's job is to rob you of your focus, to rob you of your attention, to distract you from doing what it is that God really wants you to do. This is what his job is, right? So that right there is the unsolved problem. So you have to be careful with certain things, right? When you've given it all that you can give, when you've done all that you can do, when you've exhausted every possibility of trying to make that thing work, you have to know when to what exit, two-finger swinging. You have to perfect your exit. You have to know when to leave a conversation, when to leave a job, when to leave a church, when to leave a marriage, when to leave a friendship, when to leave a family ship, when to get up out of a situationship. You have got to perfect your exit. You have to know when to offer up the gift of goodbye. This ain't growing. This This ain't growing. This is on the same level that it's been on for years. This has been the same broken cycle that it's been on for years. This has been the same thing that it's been for years. There's no growth. There's no development. There's no healing. There's no nothing happen. No awareness. No nothing. You have to know when to say, oh, it's time for me to go. Stop overstaying your welcome. Stop overplaying your part. Stop overspending your finances. You got to know when to go. I want y'all to put that in the chat. I want that in the chat real quick. Baby, what you say, Coach? Know when to go. I'm going to drink my water, baby. Yeah, because some of y'all needed to hear that every day this week. I'm going to say that every day this week. I got 2 more days to say that. Baby, you need to know when to go because you done wore out your welcome, honey. Yeah, that's it. I'm drinking water, come. Truth be told, wait a minute. Truth be told, we got, baby, you need, yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. Come on, Big Ree. I see you over there. Baby, you have to know when to go. And a lot of times we do more damage to ourselves because we're trying to force ourselves to stay in an environment that we know is not servicing our greater good, to stay in an environment that we know is not in alignment with our assignment, to stay in an environment when we know that there's no real growth or anything in that environment, but we stay because it's familiar. We stay because it's a habit. We stay because we've been doing it for so long that we feel like there's nothing other than that. And I'm telling you, that is nothing but what? That's a trick of the enemy to deceive you, to trick you, to finesse you, to bamboozle you into thinking that if you leave from where you are, then you're going to be lost. That if you leave from where you are, then you're going to have to start all the way over. That if you leave from where you are, then you done wasted so much money. You done wasted all your time. You done wasted all your good years. And I'm here to tell you on this morning, sweetheart, if you wasted a good many of years already, that it's your job to say, I'm going to make the rest of my life the best of my life. I will not start out and end the same exact way. That right there, that to me, to do that is crazy. Baby, that is nasty work. Do you hear me? If you think, if I started off rough, if I started out rough, you think that I'm going to end rough? Oh, baby, the devil is a lie. Y'all going to have to find somebody else to play with. That just can't be for me. If I started out rough, I'm going to make sure that I don't end the same exact way that I started. I'm going to make sure that I do better in my life. If my childhood was rough, my adulthood definitely ain't going to be rough. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that I break off all those broken cycles, that the broken thinking, the broken behavior, all of that stuff. You understand me? The storms that wet me up won't wet up my children. Understand me? The family that I was born into will not destroy the family that I'm creating for myself. You got to know when to break them cycles. It's too many people being okay with not being okay. We got too many, that's a no for some folks right there. We got way too many people being okay with not being okay. You got too many people that's being okay with not being okay. And trust me when I say it's okay not to be okay. But it's never okay to stay that way. It's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to have a bad day, but don't you let that bad day turn into bad days with an S. Don't let them bad days turn into a bad week and a bad month and a bad year and a bad decade. Understand me, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. Understand, it's okay that something didn't go your way and you're disappointed about it. It's okay that somebody said something and that hurt your feelings. It's okay that you experienced something and you felt like you did not deserve it, so your feelings is hurt a little bit, but you don't throw away your whole entire day. Don't throw away your whole entire week, your whole entire month over something. Understand me that you can, hey, I got to get over that. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Oh, I got to get over that. I got some folk looking at me crazy right now because I got some chosen family members that's going through some of the hardest stuff in their life. And they like, how in the world are y'all still showing up for prayer? You still going to this and you still going to that? What that lady got going on over there? Like, ain't no way in the world I'll be able to move like how you moving with everything that's going on. It ain't what I got going on. It's what God got going on. When you introduce folk to God, them God's folks. So when they learn how to pray, when they learn how to turn it over to Christ, when they learn how to align themselves up and measure it up against that word on a regular basis, oh baby, they become unstoppable. You can't stop that type of individual. They so locked in to what God got for them and how he wants them to do what they need to be doing. They can go through whatever it is that they going through. They be taking a licking and keep on ticking. They worse than the Energizer bunny, baby. Hello, I'm talking about the yellow, pink one. You remember the pink bunny? They worse than the pink bunny, baby. They be going dun, 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 dun. And they be like, coach, yeah, I be sitting up in the classes. I'm in class. I'm the coach and my mind be blown. So I already know how y'all be feeling. I know why y'all say what y'all be saying. Oh, y'all got something going on over there. I know why. Because I be sitting in class and I'm the coach and I be on the other side. And when they telling me what they got going on and they got a smile as big as the sunshine, when they tell me what they got going on and they got tears flowing down their face and the tears that's flowing is not even a sign of weakness. They're crying because they see something different in themselves and they're not falling apart like they used to and they're not tripping like they used to and they're not feeling defeated like they used to and they're not all razzled and dazzled like they used to. They like, I'm just so proud of me. I just love me. Baby, that make you feel good. I be over there like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what it's like when you're in alignment. That's when it's like when you release that control, when you release that burden, when you get that up off of you. Understand me. This is what, there you go, Terry West, real spiritual healing. That's what real spiritual healing looks like. That's when you know for a fact that you're in connection, understand, with the Most High God, when you can see it in the fruit. Understand me, when you can see it in the way that people show up, the things that they say, how they live, when they come in and they were coming in one way and they walking out another way. When they came in broken and now they over here talking about, I'm bruised but I ain't broken. I had to bend a little bit, coach, but I snapped right back together. That's when you know that the job is being done. That's when you know that they're taking the notes and applying the notes, that they're measuring it up and they're doing exactly what needs to be done. And then the next one, I got to go on down here because we outside. I want to go on down here. It's the prolonged pain. Another way that the enemy tests us or tempts us, it's with that prolonged pain, and we talked about that yesterday, right? The prolonged pain. And we talked about Moses, and it said, at a time when Moses has, how long, Lord? Moses didn't choose what he felt. He says, but his word tells us this about Moses. He thought it was better to suffer for the sake of Christ than for the treasures of Egypt, for he was looking ahead for his greater reward. My greater is later. And that was coming from Hebrews 11, 24, and 26. When it says the Bible tells us that Moses endured all kinds of suffering, including conflict, that's us, criticism, that's us, and pain, that's us, to pursue what God wanted to do through his life. Sit on that, sit on that, sit on that, sit on that right there. Hold on, sit on that. Coach, you should take a selfie after the live of your progress. Double tap on my screen, double tap on my screen. Did y'all catch it? Thank you so much, Lily. I appreciate that highlight. That's going to be Hebrews. That's Hebrews. We on prolonged pain, prolonged pain. That's the sixth one. I went through all five. We on number 6 right now. The 6 ways that the enemy tempts us. We on number 6, and it's prolonged pain. I'm giving you the scripture. That's Hebrews 11, 24 through 26. And one more time for the folks in the back, because I want y'all to listen to what it is that I'm saying. Tap all the way in. Tap all the way in. If you at work right now, tell them to put your finger on me. Tell them, hold on a minute. I need to hear what it is that she's about to say. I need to hear this so that I can understand what's happening right now. Pay attention to this. It says right here, it says, the Bible tells us that Moses endured all kinds of pain, including conflict, criticism, and pain to pursue what God wanted to do through his life. Through his life. God is working through. God is working through. When he says, Great works that I've done, greater works are you going to do. Why? Because I'm now living through you. Oh, okay. I'm waiting on y'all. I'm waiting on y'all. Through. Greater works has he done, but greater works you're going to do. See, I did 33 years. You got some time. So what I'm going to do is I'm living through you. I'm about to do those things. I'm about to do those things through you. And when you know that you are housing, okay, follow me, because we definitely out the door, and it's gonna be some folk, yeah, hold on. So come on, wait, whoa. Okay, prolonged pain is where we are. We're doing Hebrews 11-24, and we're talking about the fact that Moses had to endure all of these things, from conflict to criticism and pain, to pursue what God wanted to do through him, right? So what I'm going to say right now, understand, if I got sensitive people, y'all go ahead and go. If I got them people that be trying to act like they like that, oh, I don't know about that, go ahead and leave right now. This ain't going to be for you. This ain't going to be for you. But for those of you that really want to know the truth, I'm about to tell you some truth. And I know it, some people going to get upset. But if he says through, that means I'm carrying the Most High God. If you know that you are housing the Spirit of the Most High God inside of you, why do you walk around like a coward? Why do you walk around speaking timid? Why do you walk around head tucked? Why do you walk around like you are not him, like you're not her, when you know that you are housing the Spirit of the Most High God? Understand me, he's working through you. That's almost like a spit in the face of the Most High. It's like, wait a minute, this is you're an empty vessel. I'm feeling your vessel. I'm residing inside of your vessel. Where you move, that's me in there. Understand me? So how you show up with me in here and you treat me how you do. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me you gonna let somebody hear what I'm about to say to you real quick, right? Sensitive people, go ahead and leave. Take your finger, screen, slide up. This ain't gonna be for you. Your toes gonna hurt. Wait a minute. So in other words, God is saying, how you let somebody abuse us like that? Okay, just put us. I just want you to put us. Capital letters to you, capital S, baby. Capital U. How you let somebody talk crazy to us? How you let somebody abuse us? How you let somebody try to manipulate us? How you let somebody walk all over us? How dare you let this happen to us? Because this ain't just about you. I'm in here too. Understand me. When you come into one with the Most High God, then it's not just about you. It's about us. It's me and you. He like, I'm up in here too. Wait a second. You just letting folk do us all any kind of way. Think about it. You're like, wait a minute. You said we was finished with that. Ain't no way. Wait a minute. I'm tired of getting evicted. Understand me? God is sick of us. Understand? Sometimes I really feel like that. I'm not just putting it in 2024 when I say sick of us. I know that God sometimes gets sick of us, Gigi. And I'm about to tell you why. Because if we are housing the Most High God, if God lives within the inside of us, if we are carrying, understand me, the Spirit of the Most High, when he says I'm dwelling inside of you and I'm working through you, I'm doing the works through you. This is what it is. Greater is you. The greater is he that is within you than he that is in the world. I'm resting in you. There's several passages that lets us know that God is now, the Spirit of the living God is now living and dwelling inside of the hearts and minds of the believers. And if that is the case, then it's not just you. That's us. That's me and God in here. But every single time that you decide that you're going back to that life, then you're telling God, you've been evicted. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute, coach. That's not in my notes, but I want you to understand. So wait a minute, Gigi. This is what I'm saying. So John 1:12, God dwells in us. Thank you, Gigi. But I gotta say it again for the folks in the back. Pay attention. Yes, my virtual church just went up. Y'all give them a second because they don't know how to handle good word. Understand me? They real churchy like me. They don't know how to handle good word. So God is saying every single time that you decide to go back to that, then you're evicting me. Every single time that you decide that you're going to go back to that, then you are evicting me. Have you ever been in a relationship with somebody that break up with you every week? Every week. It's like you battling for that relationship. Every week, you have, come on, I want to say this without crying. Every week, you're going back and forth about that relationship. And you're trying to, come on, Sierra, y'all give me a minute. Y'all want to put up the worshiping hands and all of that. Come on, we got to get through our message. We ain't even got to the Jesus in the wilderness yet. Every day we come on here and try to get to that part. And we end up out the door, all on the front porch and having block parties. We've been doing this since Monday. Come on, let's be real. Have you ever been in them situations? And then you remember how bad that hurt? Every time you're like, why do you keep, every time the slightest little thing, you're ready to break up. The slightest little thing, you're ready to give up. It's like, wait a minute. One day you love me on Monday, and then Wednesday, here we are, and we back at this thing over again, and then I'm back in love, and you back in love, and we back making it work, and now we back down bad again. And you remember that emotional roller coaster that it would have you on, how much you will always feel like it's ripping. It's ripping your heart apart, and you get so tired, and you get so frustrated, and you get so used to it. Like, why? Every time, that's how God feels. He's like, when it's good, then it's really good, and we living, and we laughing, and we are intimate, and we are praying, and we can sit for hours, and you're reading, and you're doing all these beautiful things, and I'm loving your growth and your development. He says, but then that one moment when I can't do it right there when you want me to do it, because I got the insight, and I know that if I do it, my love, right when you want me to do it, I know that that won't be good for you if I give it to you right when you want me to give it to you. Baby, if I do that, that's going to destroy you. And if I move how you want me to move right when you want me to move, then I know that you're going to fumble the very thing that you're crying for, that you want. And I got to give it to you in a time when you're able to receive it. I got to do it for you in a time when you're able and mature enough to handle it. And because I don't move when you want me to move, now you done broke up with me again. Now you done broke up with me again. Now you done broke up with me again. How many more times I gotta keep going through this with you? And it ain't even that you don't know that I'm good, because I just showed you that I'm good to you. It ain't even that you don't know that I'm a protector, because you know that I've been protecting you. You're like, wait a minute. It ain't even that you don't think that I'm a provider, because you can look around your life and you see where I've been providing for you. It ain't even that you don't know that I'm not a healer, because some doctors been told you that they don't know how you still here. And I keep showing up for you. I keep making a way for you. I keep opening doors for you. I keep breaking barriers for you. And you keep on every time you want to break up. Every time I'm getting evicted, I'm getting put up out of here. And that's how he feels. Think about how you feel in them relationships. That's what we do to God every day. That's what we do to God every day. Every single time that we do something and we say, oh yeah, well, I just don't want to be in alignment because that requires too much work, and I ain't really into all that churchy stuff, and I just don't want to do this. And that spirit of discernment is over there, and it's turning you every which way but loose. It's over there and it's saying, why you say that? Because you know that ain't the truth. You saying that because you want to justify what it is that you really want to do. But deep down in your heart, you already know that you're wrong. Deep down in your heart, you know that's why you can't sleep at night. You know that's why you feel so uncomfortable, because you know that you're only saying what you're saying because of the fact you want to justify it. You want to make yourself feel right for the way that you live in, when you know that that's not the right thing. You know that already. And I want to tell you this right here, from my mouth to your heart, that you lying to yourself won't fix you. That you lying to yourself and trying to convince yourself to believe something is okay when you know in your heart of hearts that it's really not okay. Baby, that won't fix you. That thing will torment you. That thing will go back and forth with you until you finally break it off. You cannot unfeel what you felt. You can't unsee what you have saw. And when you've been exposed to the truth about a certain thing, you cannot deny it. You can't deny it. No matter how much you might try, you cannot deny the truth. And that's the reason why the singer India.Arie says, the truth, it needs no proof. It either it is or it isn't. I heard that years ago, and that thing have stuck with me my whole entire life. Because I said, wait a minute, what did she say? I remember being 20-something. I'm 46 now, 20-something when it came out. And she said, the truth needs no proof. It's either it is or it isn't. I sat on it. And I said, that's a fact. And she said, and you know the truth by the way it feels. You know the truth by the way that it feels. And if most of us gonna be honest, we know when somebody is lying to us. Because when you tell a lie, it never really add up and it never sit well with you. And especially if the lie is perfectly put together, because we know how inconsistent life really is. We know life don't just flow like this right here. So anytime that somebody tell you something and it's perfectly lined up, then 99.9% of the time, it's a whole lie. When you tell me something, you better have some bumps and some twists and some turns and some valleys up in the story. Oh, I can tell you right now, I'm not about to believe that, baby. Life don't even run that smooth. Understand? Life don't even run that smooth. Let's just be real. So when you can tell when it's well put together. You can tell when they done thought it out. You can tell when it's been a plan. Understand me? But when it's one of those things, you're like, that don't make no sense. Then that's probably the truth. Because it really doesn't make sense. Because life just sometimes just be life. And not saying that that happens all the time, but majority of the time. It'll be one of those situations like, yeah, that what? And you'll be blown away. But that's what happened. And people who know that they're telling the truth, they're not about to waste their time trying to put together nothing to make it make sense to you, because this will be their rebuttal when they know that they're telling the truth. When they know that they're telling the truth, they're going to, well, okay, well, believe what you want to believe. And they'll walk off. They're not about to argue with you about it. They're not finna waste no time about it. They can watch you walk around with your mouth pushed out, your face balled up, and you ain't got to talk to them, period. Why? Because they're confident in what it is that they know. They know that right there, that's the truth. You want me to make up something to satisfy what it is that you're feeling, but I'm not about to make up nothing. I'm not about to lie about nothing. I'm not about to try to put this to this to this to this to satisfy what you got going on. You better heal that. That's stuff I be saying, y'all. That's my own business. That's the stuff I say. People be heal that. To know me is to know me. Yeah, I'll tell you to heal that. Heal that in a minute. I don't care who it be neither. People get to moving crazy. I be like, hey, heal that. Real quick, heal that. They be like, what you talking about? I said, because you're going to hear what you're hearing. You're hearing it and filtering it through your own trauma. What was said is what was said. And now you're trying to make it be something else to satisfy your brokenness. Heal that. That's it, and you walk off. Because you can't afford to allow people to drain you, to wear you out. Understand me, I'm not doing that with people. And that's how it is on a regular basis. You have to heal that, right? And as we continue to move forward, right? Moving forward, let's go on through this thing, right? So in a season of resistance, and when I say heal that, it's basically me protecting my energy, protecting my peace. When you say heal that to someone, you are identifying the fact that you want to distract me, you want to argue, you want to go back and forth, you want to pull me out of my comfortable state where I'm at right now. You're going to have to do something. Yeah, that's not going to work. I'm not going to be sidetracked. I'm not going to be finessed or bamboozled out of my peace, out of my comfortable state. This is where I'm at right now. This is going to be the flow of my day. This is the energy that I'm giving up right now. That's it. That's all. And anything that's not with that, got to go. Respecting and honoring who you are. Because you owe that to yourself. And one thing I tell my chosen family, you're not responsible for how somebody perceives you. You're not responsible for that. Because you can say something and you can say it in the most loving, the most kind way. You can address an issue and you can have the perfect tone. You can select the perfect word choice, right? You can have the perfect word choice. You can be over there, mannerism, body language, everything at a relaxed, a loving state. But if that person is not in that same type of state, if they don't know how to operate that way, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you give. They're going to still turn a conversation into a battleground. Understand me? That's why I say that. It's not what I said. It's how you took what I said based on your own experiences. Understand? It's not what I said. It's how you took what I said based on your own experiences, because that's not how you experienced it. Now you're upset with me. But baby, that was my experience with it. Understand me? And two things can be true. That might not be true for you, but it's very true for me. Might not be good for you, but it's very good for me. And you just move on. As an adult, we learn how to agree to disagree. And that's cool. And you have to learn how to agree and disagree and still be on the same page and move right on with your life. Understand me? But the problem is people want to force you to be on the same. I don't have to agree with you. And me not agreeing with you don't mean that you're wrong. It just means that that's not for me. It's called being an adult, being a mature adult at that, right? It's okay not to always see eye to eye. It's okay. And sometimes even in relationships, and sometimes when you don't see eye to eye in that moment, understand me, later on down the line, you may run into something and say, hey, you know what? That happened to me again the other day. And this kind of off topic, but I want to say this to my people that's in relationships. And then sometimes, if later on that week or that month or something, that same exact thing may come up, right? And you're like, hey, you know what? I tried it your way. You know what I'm saying? What we were talking about last week, I tried that and it did work out. So that's what's up, man. So now we know we got more than one way to do that thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just wanted to come back and tell you that I did try it that way. You know what I'm saying? That's growth. That's maturity. Right? That's real relationship. That's real relationship. And I think the more that we get into that, the more that we're going to see how relationships are not as hard as we make them. It's really interesting. It's not as hard as we make them. It's more than one way to do anything as we continue to grow, right? So we're going back into this, right? Going back into the season of resistance. So when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about resisting, going into those states where you're wasting a bunch of time and energy arguing with people about senseless things, resisting that urge to get down on their level, resisting that urge to exchange that negative energy. You have to resist that. You have to push that back, because that is nothing but distraction in disguise. That is nothing but distraction in disguise. The enemy is trying to pull you over into something that is very much time consuming. Understand? One, it's going to be time consuming. Two, it's going to be emotionally draining. And three, it's going to destroy you mentally. Have you ever gotten into an argument with somebody? Understand me? And it doesn't matter who that somebody is. This is why you have to learn not to be over there doing all that arguing with people. This ain't the season for arguing, baby. I'm out of that. I'm not about to argue with you. Because that's right, Lily. One is exhausting, but number two is when you get into an argument and you're going back and forth with people, again, it's emotionally draining, mentally draining. Understand me, right? It will ruin you. It ruins you. It takes so much from you. It distracts you from everything that you're doing, because if you have an argument before you go to work or while you at work, that throws off the whole flow of your day. Yes, it is, Felicia. It's a waste of time. It throws off the whole entire flow of your day. And you tired and you ain't even did nothing. You go out and you ain't even did nothing. You ready to go to sleep and you ain't even did nothing. Have you ever argued with somebody? Tell me I'm wrong. It robs you of your attention. It robs you. It drains you of your energy. It puts you in a place where you just wasted a whole entire day. It's a day that you will never be able to get back. If we're honest, you're never going to be able to get that time back. That's why it's a waste of time. And what did I tell y'all, chosen family? Time is the only currency that we never know the balance of. Time is the only currency that we do not have a balance. You don't know how much time that you have left on this earth. You don't know the day or the hour. You don't know. And when you don't know how much of something that you have left, you better utilize what you have, you better utilize it to the best of your ability. You don't take it for granted. You don't misuse it. You don't mishandle it. When you don't know how much of something that you have, you live every day to its fullest, and you resist anything that's going to go against what it is that's going to be beneficial to that progress that you're trying to make on that day. I can't let you drain me. I can't let you upset me. I can't let you frustrate me. I can't let you pull me into a place of wasting my valuable time. I don't know how much of this I have left. I can't do it. You have to be so strong and so quick with it that people will look at you and say, from their dealings with you, come on, Bessie. They'll look at you and they say, oh, yeah, you wasting your time trying to argue with that one. That one don't do no arguing. Baby, they going to say what they say and they going to walk smooth off. That's what you want folk to say about you. Oh, yeah, you wasting your time if you think you about to go back and forth with them. That's not the type of person that they are. They going to tell you to pray about it. You wasting your time. You think they don't do that right there, sweetie. They're going to say what they need to say, and that's going to be the end of it. And they moving right on about their day. That's it. Because anything other than that, you have been finessed. Anything other than that, you have been bamboozled. You have been hoodwinked. You bit the bait. Anything other than that, you just bit the bait. You're doing exactly what the enemy wants you to do. And that's engage. Come on, you're doing exactly what the enemy wants you to do. What do he want us to do, coach? Engage. Engage. He wants your attention. He says, Leroy, come on. That's what he wants. He wants your attention. He wants to distract you. He wants to frustrate you. He wants you to agitate you. He wants to annoy you to the point where you throw away your towel. He wants it to the point where you give up on your mission, where you're too tired and too frustrated to do what you need to do in your life. You've done exactly what the enemy wanted you to do, and that was for you to engage. Because once you start engaging with the enemy, then what happened in that moment, coach? Then you just surrendered your will unwillingly. Understand me? The moment that you start, I'm talking about not unwillingly, but unaware. You just surrendered your will unaware. The moment that you start engaging, you gave the enemy exactly what he wanted. He wanted your response. He wanted you to go back and forth. So you surrendered your will unaware. Understand me? That's what he wanted. You have to know this, right? That what I told you, I had said that he's what? He's skillful. He's cunning. He's clever. He's slick at what it is that he does. The moment that you start engaging is when the enemy has just got exactly what he wanted. He wanted your engagement. He wanted the attention. He wanted, as we would say on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, you want some engagements. You want some likes. You want some attention. Yeah, that's what you want. That's what the enemy wants from you on your spiritual journey. The moment that he gets you to engage in what it is that he got going on, then you just surrendered your will unaware. And you don't know it until it's too late. You don't know it until you done got all the way off from work and you get home and you talking to somebody and you saying, you know what, I feel so tired, girl. I ain't getting nothing done. That girl came over there to my desk with that foolishness. They sent me that email at 6 o'clock and I'm telling you, my whole day been off since then. Girl, I walked out of here. You don't know it until then. And then you like, I let that ruin my whole day. You don't know it until after the fact. You don't know that you've been finessed until you've been finessed. This is why you have to always be on your P's and your Q's. This is why you have to always be alert in everything that you do. That's right. There you go. Wait a minute, Lily. This is the reason. There you go. Sober mind. Understand that's 1 Peter 5:3. So when people say to coach, when they say, coach, well, I this, and I said, listen, I don't judge people for what they do. I don't bash. I don't belittle. I don't do any of that because I feel like God is going to do what God is going to do in his own time. But a sober mind, You want to always be alert. You want to always be aware of what's happening in your life at any given moment. And if anything that you're doing that's going to take you outside of your mind or your ability to think the way that you need to think with the clarity that you need to be thinking with so that you don't self-destruct, then you need to go back and reconsider. You need to go look at what it is that you're doing. Understand me. And this is why I promote and I stand on that sober mind so that you can operate in a way of awareness. Because the enemy is not taking days off. The enemy is not taking breaks. The enemy is, that's not what he's going to do. And you have to be on your P's and Q's. You have to be ready to do what needs to be done in that moment. And there may be sometimes in your life where you ain't going to have the time to say, let me sober up first. Let me sober up. You know, I was so out of it that I don't even know what I done. I was so out my mind that, oh my goodness, I don't know. Oh, did I do that or did I not do that? You know what? I blacked out. That just cost you everything. That just cost you everything. That's how important it is for you to focus. That's how important it is for you to be in your right mind. That's how important it is to make sure that you're operating with a level of awareness, that you see things all around you. Because the enemy is going to and from 24 hours a day, seeking who he can devour. To and from 24 hours a day, seeking who he can devour. Understand, no days off, no FMLA, no PTO. Understand me, no prepare the others around here. You got to be on this job. This is what you got to do. Understand me. We're going over to Matthew. We're finally going to get here. We're going to get over here. We're going to get over here. We're going into Matthew, and that's going to be 4. Matthew's 4, 1 through 11. I'm just going to start off by right here. It says, Jesus is tempted in the wilderness. For that first verse, it says, then Jesus led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. Jesus led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. What spirit led him there? I just want to know. I gave the scripture on Monday, and I knew eventually we was going to get to it. Who went and read it? What spirit led him there? Okay, Brenda. There you go, Lily. That's right. Some people feel like the devil led them there. That's not true. That verse 1 where it says Jesus was led by the Spirit to the wilderness to be tempted by the devil, the Holy Spirit led him into the wilderness. Jesus was actually being led into the wilderness because he was out in the wilderness doing a 40-day fast. So if you're going on down, it says after fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. He was led by the Spirit. The Holy Spirit is what led him out into the wilderness. He had been fasting 40 days and 40 nights, and he was hungry, right? So if we sit right there, he's been fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, and the Bible displays to us in that scripture, says he was hungry. Everybody in my chat, we're not going to get through all of it today because I see it's at 9:30 already, so we're going to get through what we can get through. Real quick, I just want y'all to put in the chat, he was hungry. He was hungry. The Spirit led him into the wilderness. What Spirit led him into the wilderness? The Holy Spirit led him into the wilderness. This is what the Holy Spirit did, in fact, lead him into the wilderness, but was not leading him into the wilderness, understand me, to be tempted. He was led into the wilderness, right? Because he was out there and he was fasting 40 days, 40 nights. He was hungry. And I feel like we have to put the focus on the fact, right? We have to put the focus on the fact that it said he was hungry. Now go back to when I started this live and I said, When you are in your transformation stage, then you have to be prepared for the enemy to attack, because, understand me, his greatest fear, right? His greatest fear is that you're transforming. You don't become a threat to the enemy until you start to transform, until you become in alignment with the Most High God. So now that you're putting all this work on yourself, understand me, now that you're putting all this work in on yourself, the enemy is like, wait a minute now, they've been working, they've been doing all this work, they've been sustaining from this, sustaining from that. Oh yeah, I know they got to be hungry. I know they got to be going through this and going through that. I got to go over there, because if this right here, this going to be the perfect time, because 40 days, 40 nights, I know they, oh yeah, I know that belly is growling. I know they hung over. I know they weary. 40 days, 40 nights. Oh yeah, I know I can go and do it. The enemy is always going to strike when he feels like you are at your weakest. Understand, the enemy is always going to strike when he feels like you are at your weakest. Understand me. Why? Because he knows that if you're at your best self, then he's going to be defeated. He knows that if you're at your highest level, then he knows already that he's going to be defeated. He can't stand against you when you're operating all the way here. So what he had to do was wait until after this 40 days and 40 nights. And then the Bible clearly says he was hungry. We already know how we are when we are hungry, when we fatigue, when, oh man. Can you imagine? That's when he wants you. Praying on you. Not pray, but praying on you. Like an animal. He's going to and he's going fro to see who he can devour. Now he go to Son of Man. Oh, you done made your way out here. I'm putting it in 2024. Oh, okay, let me see something. Wait a minute. Oh, the Holy Spirit done led you out here. Got you out here in the wilderness. Got your 40 days, 40 nights going on. Look at you. You so tired. You out here trying to seek your daddy's face, huh? You out here praying. You out here, yeah. I see you. Trying to make sure you're in alignment and all of that. Yeah, they done left you out here. You ain't got no disciples. They done left you out here. You ain't got no prayer warriors. It's just you. Oh, I'm a perfect time. Hello. They got you isolated. You out here by yourself. Ooh. Oh, this is the perfect time. I can get over there and get what I want. So now here comes the enemy after Jesus, the same way the enemy came for Eve in the garden. He didn't get Eve when Eve and Adam was right there together. He waited until Eve was by herself and then he approached, right? So you waited until Jesus was by himself out in the wilderness, working on his own intimate relationship with his Father, out there interceding and doing his thing with his Father when he was by himself. And then here you come. You would have never did that if Peter was over here. We know how that would have went. That would have went all the way left real fast. You ain't want to do that when Peter was there, but you gonna wait until you get by himself. Okay, well, hold on, coach. Stay on it. Okay, because I want to go. You know how I want to take it. Yeah, so now you're gonna wait. Then he approached him. He says, and then it said the tempter came to him. That's how we know that the tempter is it the one that led him to the wilderness. Verse 1 says he was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, right? Wilderness to be tempted by the devil. So the Holy Spirit led him out there. But the tempter, which is the enemy, didn't come into the third verse. See? The tempter didn't come to the third verse. And it put emphasis. It lets you know when he actually came. He lets you know right then when he actually came. Right? Third verse, he says, what did he say? Yeah, so he says, the tempter came to him and said, if you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread. Wait a minute, coach, what you say? I said, verse 1 said Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. After fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. So the first thing that the enemy is going to do is what? Identify a weakness. Who caught that? Who caught that real quick? Okay, so let me say it one more time for the folks in the balcony. I understand. Yeah, give me a second. I said, verse number 1 says, then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. After fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. The tempter came unto him and said, if you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread. The enemy is always going to do what? He's going to identify a weakness. The enemy is always going to do what? He's going to identify your weakness, and he's going to always do what? Tempt you through your own weaknesses. This is why you have to identify your own weak areas of your life, because coach tell you what? The enemy is always going to do so. He's going to find the weakest areas of your life. He's going to find those things that are deficits in your life and say, oh, if I say this, if I do this, if I show up like this right here, this will break them down. This is why it's so important for you to learn your triggers. This is why it's so important for you to do the self-work on yourself, because the enemy is always looking for the weakest parts of you, so that way he know exactly where to attack. I'm not going to attack your strong areas. I ain't going to do that, because I already know that I'm going to be defeated in that area. Understand me? So I ain't gonna do that. Then we go on. Okay, so now he identified that he was hungry. So he tempted him by turning the stones into bread. But let's be real. If Jesus has been in the wilderness all of this time, and he knows for a fact that he is the Son of God, and he knows for a fact that he could have just simply spoken to the bread, he could have called the whale, he could have simply did all the other stuff that everybody's been doing out here while being fed in the wilderness. He knows that he possessed this power, but he doesn't. He resisted. He held that back because he knew that that's not what he was out there for. Understand me? So even in the moment where he could have done all of these things, he did not do it. Why, chosen family? Because I told you that what you do and what you don't do is equally important. What you do and what you don't do are both equally important. You got to know when to do what to do and when to not do what don't need to be done in that moment. And in that moment, it wasn't supposed to be done. That's 1 through 3. Jesus answered, it is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. What did he say? He didn't say, yeah, I know I can turn it into that if I wanted to. He didn't feel the need to flex. He didn't feel the need to break down what he had going on and what was happening. He didn't do none of that. What he said, Jesus said, it is written. So in other words, what you're saying, coach, he went straight to that word. He went straight to that word. Baby, if you're going to argue with anybody, argue with that word. You ain't going to argue with me, argue with that word. I'm going to give you that word every single time. You know why you're going to get that word every single time? Because as long as I'm operating within that word, then I know that I'm operating with a hedge of protection that's going to be all around me. As long as I'm operating with that word, I know that I am protected. Understand, I am protected. I'm going to be guarded as long as I'm operating in that word. I know that for sure. And also we know that because he says what? He says my word is going to be the only thing that's going to be able to stand. My word is the only thing that's never going to change. Understand? You remember when I told you, he said the grass is going to wither. Understand me? And the flowers, they're going to fade. He says, but my word will be my word forever. That's the only thing that's going to always be the same. And that right there is going to be my word. So if you're going to argue with anything, if you're going to stand on anything, if you're going to live by anything, live by my word. Don't live by your emotions. Don't live by what other folks say. Understand me? He says, live by my word. When you're going up against the adversary, don't go against what your opinions are and what your thoughts are. He says, stand on my word. My word is going to always be my word. No matter how they twist and turn it, it still has to be just my word. So he says, it is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but every word that comes out of the mouth of God. And he leave it alone. He leave it alone. What'd you say? Walk smooth off. Can you imagine walking around in the wilderness 40 days, 40 nights, and you've been sustaining from everything, and you've been over there having an intimate relationship with God, and you just laying before him, praying before him, doing all your things. Hey, I just want you to cover me, protect me, do what you need to do in my life. I just want to be upstanding in your sight, and I just want to fulfill the scripture. I just came down here to do the job that you want me to do. That's all you've been out there doing, getting in alignment with the Most High. And now you done walked away from this adversary, and then this adversary come right back behind you again. It says, then the devil took him to the holy city. Understand me? Then the devil took him to the holy city, right? Took him to the holy city and had him stand on the highest point of a temple. Understand me? So you mean to tell me now I'm walking with you? Here I am walking side by side with you, right? So now here I am, right? Because I'm out here with you now. I'm out here with you, and you still over here bothering me. Here we are. So now we're at the highest point. It says, if you are the Son of God, he said, if you are the Son of God, he said, throw yourself down, for it is written. Wait a minute, wait. Hold on. In verse 4, pay attention. In verse 4, Jesus is telling Satan, for it is written that man can't live off bread alone. So in that moment, the enemy realizes that you're gonna keep quoting scripture to me. You're gonna keep talking about what your daddy said to me. So now let me see if I can do the same thing that I did to Eve. Let me see if I can twist up what your daddy told you. Let me see if I can make you question what your daddy told you. Let me see if I can manipulate you through using what your daddy told you. Let me see if I can deceive you by using what your daddy told you. Because how does deception work, gang? Come on, double tap on the screen. How does deception work? They take a small bit of the truth and they mix it with a whole bunch of lies, right? So let me see if I can deceive you. Now here we are in verse 6, and now here comes the adversary. Here he go trying to quote scripture. Hold on, check him out, man. This is how crafty. Remember, coach said he's crafty. I said he's crafty. I said he's skillful at what it is that he do. This is why you have to operate with a sober mind. This is why you have to operate with a high level spirit of discernment. This is why you have to study. This is why you have to be knowledgeable. This is why you have to always be aware. Understand me? Because you think you slick, ain't nothing slicker than that slick stuff. Understand me? So you have to make sure that you're on your P's and your Q's so that you don't get finessed. Because here he go now over here in verse 6, and he's using what Jesus was using on him. Now he's trying to use it. Then he says to him, he says, for it is written, he said, throw yourself down. For it is written, he will command angels concerning you, and they will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. He says, wait a minute, your daddy word, right? Your daddy word say that he'll send angels, legions of them. Understand me? Remember Jesus said, I got fighting angels. He said, yeah, you got fighting angels? Don't you got legions of angels that you can call and they can come and save you? I just said, go ahead and throw yourself down from here and let's see if they really gonna come. Let's see if they really gonna save you. Let's see if they really gonna keep your foot from going up against a stone. Let's see if what he's been telling you, let's challenge what he's been telling you. Let's see if it's really real. Let's see if you can really stand on that. Let's see if that's really going to be what it's going to be. This is how the adversary works every single day. This is how he works. So now he's taking what Jesus has used on him, which is for it is written, and now he's trying to use it and say for it's written. Then Jesus replied to him. Jesus answered him and said, it is also. I like when he said that part. They is out here in this wilderness showing out real bad, and I just wish I could have just seen some of it, because I'd have been like, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, let me tell you this. So Jesus come over here and answered him and said, it is also written, do not put the Lord your God to the test. He says, for it's also written, don't put your Lord God to the test. And she said, come on, Jesus. That's what I would have been saying too. Because I think, y'all, just hear me out. Hear me out. Because I feel like in this moment, Jesus was real subtly, right? Low key kind of like, reminding Satan about the last time that he tested God. And it's just something about when he said, it is also. It was almost like he was reminding him, since you know this word and you know it so well, it's funny how the last time that you tested my father, the last time that you did what you did, that's how you ended up on your belly to begin with. Understand me? Ain't that how you ended up kicked out? I'm just saying, ain't that how you ended up in the situation that you in right now? Yeah. So he says, it is also. I feel like it was a Birdman rub when he did this. When he, oh baby, but it's also written that you shouldn't test. Do not put the Lord, your God, to the test. I felt like I feel like he was really flexing on Satan in that moment. I felt like he was really flexing on him in that moment. Did y'all not hear what he says? He says, your God. In other words, yes, you are Satan, but my God, my Father is still your God. You still don't have the power or the authority over him, because even when he was saying what he was saying to him, he still said to Satan in that moment, he said this right here. I feel like Jesus was really flexing on Satan in that moment. I really do, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I really feel like it, because when he says it's also written, I feel like in that moment he was saying, let me remind you of something, right? He says, don't put the Lord, your, Y-O-U-R, your God. He was letting Satan know even in that moment that that's still your God. You still got to bow before him. You are still not above him. You are still not greater than him. He says, your God to the test. Like you don't remember how you got in the situation that you in, how you crawling on your belly right now. You don't remember how this all went down the last time you tried to test him. It was like he was reminding him of where he, let's be real, baby. It's like you and I both know already how this really can go. Again, the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their splendor. And said in verse 9, and I will give you, he said, I will give you if you bow down and worship me. Which really don't make no sense. Because if I just told you that my daddy was your God, why would I bow before you? Because people think that you're ignorant. People think they're slow. People think that you're gullible. People think that you're weak-minded, like you don't know what you know. How in the world would you think for a second that if I just told you that my father, my daddy, is your God, you think I'm going to come over here and bow before you? That's how people play with our intelligence, though, right? Let's be real. This is how people play with our intelligence on a regular basis. Like, that don't even make no sense. They be insulting us left and right, like we really that slow. Like, where in the world would you think that's not gonna work like that? That's not gonna be that. Why would I do that when I know who my daddy is? My daddy is God. I am the Son of Man. Understand that means that I'm higher than you already. Why would I bow to you if I'm higher than you? Understand me. I'm higher than you. That's my daddy stuff. Understand me. This is how we got to be out here in this world today. Baby, what I look like giving in to you when I'm higher than you. I have more power and authority than you. This my daddy stuff. Understand me. My daddy is your God. Why would I bow before you? But we do it every single day. We give the enemy power. We give him authority. He don't take it. It has to be given. He can't take nothing from you. He doesn't have the power to take anything from you. Yes, we understand, like I told you at the beginning of the week, we know that he comes to steal, to unalive, and destroy, but he doesn't have the power to do those things unless you are a willing participant. It's not inaccurate, it's just incomplete. They should have told us all throughout these years of going to church and children's church and in Bible study and vacational Bible school that the only way that the enemy can have that type of power over our life is if we are a willing participant. Are you paying attention from verses 1 through 9? What coach is teaching you right now? Everything that the enemy is asking, that's tempting, that's testing Jesus with, Jesus has to be willing to do something for those things to take place. And as long as Jesus is resisting the enemy, none of these things is happening. And we have to operate that same exact way. Understand me, you have to be a willing participant. Without your willing participation, the enemy is powerless. Double tap on my screen. Send me some love. Send me, yeah. That's a word for somebody. Send me some love. Send me some love. He don't have the power that you think that he has. Yeah, you're giving him way too much credit. Double tap on my screen. Can I get 5 badges on IG? Facebook, we need to get a couple hundred. Can we get, we need 900 stars on Facebook. 900 stars on Facebook. Can I get some love on Facebook real quick? Double tap on the screen. The enemy doesn't have the power that you think that he has. The only way that he will be able to do anything to you is you have to be a willing participant. Without your participation, he is powerless. I'm going to say it one more time. Thank you so much, Michelle, for the stars. I'm going to say it one more time for the very folks in the very back. Hold on for a second. Thank you, Antoinette. I appreciate you so much. Double tap on the screen. Can I say it one more time? I want to say it one more time because it's still some people that say, well, I don't know. Well, let me go ahead and say it one more time so you can hear it clearly. The enemy does not have the power that you think that he has. He cannot do anything to you. Understand me. Hear me really good. The enemy cannot do anything to you without you being a willing participant. If you are not a willing participant in what it is that he's doing, then he is powerless. We have power and authority over the enemy. He does not have power and authority over us. And this is displayed right here in this wilderness with Jesus. Understand, because let's be real, in this moment, Jesus is walking the earth just like us. He is in fleshly form. He is a human being at this time. We are what? In fleshly form. We are a human being. We are wrapped up in flesh and we're housing the Most High God. Jesus was what? Wrapped up in flesh and housing the Spirit of the Most High God. We are walking understand me. We are the same. We are the same. Whether people want you to believe it or not, we the same. He's in flesh, we in flesh. He's housing the Spirit of the Most High God. We housing the Spirit of the Most High God. He's facing trials and tribulations. We're facing trials and tribulations. He's going through this. We're going through this. People don't want you to look at yourself as worthy. People don't want you to look at yourself as powerful. People don't want you to look at yourself a certain type of way because they feel like I want to keep you humble. I want to keep you humble. And by their definition of humble, I want to keep you in a place of being able to be controlled. I want to keep you in a place where you don't think so much of yourself that you can see that you can survive without me. I don't want you to get so comfortable with you, just you and your God, that you think that you don't need me, that you don't. That's what people want you to believe. That's why they always screaming as soon as you start winning in life and growing in life. Oh, be humble, be humble. Be humble. Baby, that's right. Be humble, but also be aware. Be aware of the fact that you are that girl. Be aware of the fact that you are that guy. Understand me. Be humble, but also be aware. I'm humble, and I know that everything that the good Lord giveth, he can also take away. I give honor to the Most High God. I know that everything that I'm doing is because he has blessed me with a gift. He has blessed me with a talent that he set me up for success in my life. But I also know that behind the scenes that I'm working towards everything that I got. I know that every time I step, God pours, and he don't start pouring until I start stepping. So yes, I'm going to salute God. I'm going to honor God. I'm going to give him the praise for what it is that I'm doing. But one thing that I'm not going to do is not, baby, I'm going to still pat my own back because I had to be a willing participant in what it is that I'm doing, because I could have been just like you. I could have sat on my talents. I could have wasted my time. I could have went over there and not done nothing and ended up like you with having absolutely nothing. But I realized that I was participating in what was happening in my life. What you say, baby? This was teamwork. Ooh, they don't like that kind of talk. Oh, baby, this was teamwork. Oh, come on. Baby, this was teamwork. This is what happened when I became in alliance with the Most High God. When I became in alliance with the Most High God, this was teamwork. Understand me. I seen what my life was when I wasn't in alliance with him. I seen what I was doing when I wasn't wrapped up, tied up, entangled with him. I seen how my life was moving. It wasn't until I surrendered. It wasn't until I gave up my yes. It wasn't until I buckled down and allowed him to come into my life. Understand me, it required my participation. So yes, I'm going to honor the Most High God. Yes, I'm going to give credit to the Most High God, but I'm also going to salute myself. And this is what we see displaying right here. We are operating with that same mindset. We're operating now in that same fleshly form. This is what Jesus is going through. Says, I'll give you all this, verse 9, I'll give you all of this if you bow down and worship me. 10, Jesus said to him, oh, y'all, he said, y'all, in verse 10 he said, away from me, Satan, away from me. Put that in the chat real quick. I know we're running over time. Y'all bear with me. Away from me. It's some folks in your life that you need to look directly in their face, eyeball to eyeball, 10 toes to the ground, and you need to say, away from me. Away from me. Understand? Away from me. It is smooth. I'm talking about as smooth as ever. Smooth as ever. Baby, away from me. Understand? He says, away from me, Satan. For it is written, worship the Lord. And again, he reiterates your God and serve him only. And again, he reiterates this too. Satan, again, Y-O-U-R. This is what he says. Worship the Lord, your Y-O-U-R, God, and serve him only. Again, he says, away from me, Satan. For it is written, worship the Lord, your God, and serve him only. Away from me. Verse 11 it says, then the devil left him, and angels came and attended to him. In other words, what are you saying to me, coach? Some conversations need to be ended by away from me. You have to resist it. The temptation of responding, of engaging, of going back and forth with people that really don't have the power that they think that they have. You have to know who you are and what it is that you represent every single day. You have to be bold enough and knowledgeable enough to stand the test. We're in a season of resistance, and the enemy is going to be coming left and right. The enemy is going to be doing exactly what he wants to be doing up and through our life on a regular basis. Understand me? And he's taking no days off. You owe it to yourself as we continue to grow and to continue to evolve in life. You owe it to yourself to say, hey, look here, for it is written. But in order for you to say, for it is written, you have to know what has been written. And the only way that you're going to know what has been written is for you to get into that book. You can't say, for it is written, when you ain't did no studying. You can't do for it is written, understand me, when you haven't sat down and did the necessary work in your life. This is why your growth and your development is riding on the work that you put in. Understand me, you have to be willing to do the study and doing the work so that when the enemy does approach you, and he will approach you, that you are going to be ready to respond and to combat him with nothing but word. I'm not arguing with you with what I think. I'm not arguing with you with what I feel. I'm not arguing with you what my grandmama and my ancestors have said all these years. When I come back to the enemy, when I'm rebuttaling back to the enemy, it's going to be nothing but that word, for it is written. Understand me, when the doctor sent their note, for it is written. When the world is coming left and right, for it is written. Understand me, you have to know the word in order for you to use the word. Jesus did not use his personal feelings, because using your personal experience, your personal feelings, it opened up conversation. It creates dialogues. Because using your feelings, it have so many different holes in it. Y'all would have been out there in the wilderness for 40 more days and 40 more nights, going back and forth about who was right and who was wrong. When you use the word, there's no back and forth when it comes down to the word. It is exactly what it is. That's it, point blank, period. It don't change. You can take that all the way to the bank. This is how you have to operate on a regular basis in your life. This is the season of resistance. Protect your energy, protect your peace, protect your sanity. Do not engage in no type of arguing back and forth. Don't think that having a mood swings or temper tantrums is going to move God or make him move and do what you. That's not how any of this works. Understand me. And I got more. I got some more we're going to get into on tomorrow. We already at 10 o'clock. So I'm going to have to cut it off right here. But I got some more. I got some more stuff that I want to point out in just that right there that we're going to get into tomorrow. These things are things that you have to be mindful of. These things are things that you need this. You need this. I don't know about nobody else. Want me to tell you why? You need that word. And you need to know what you're fighting against. That word is important because that word is going to be the thing that keeps you together. That word is going to be the thing that's going to be able to seal everything that needs to be sealed up in your life every single day. The enemy's job is to break what holds you together. The enemy's job, that's a note. The enemy's job is to break what holds you together. The enemy's job is to what? Break what holds you together. And that's the reason why the enemy works so hard to separate you from environments that educate you, from environments that pour into you, from environments and circles of people that reciprocate the same type of energy that you're putting out. When you are around people who are growing and evolving and operating in a positive wavelength, the enemy's job is to break what holds you together. So if praying help keeps you focused, the enemy will attack your prayer life. Understand me, if you having positive people that's constantly dropping scriptures inside of your spirit, that's constantly encouraging you with words of motivation and affirmation, if you're connected to people that are letting you know that they love you when on days when you're feeling not loved, and that you are not alone on those days that you are feeling alone, when you have an environment that supports your growth and your development, the enemy's job is to drop negativity inside of your mind to separate you from the thing that's holding you together. That's why they come so hard. I don't know, girl, that's just too much. I don't think you should do that. And I don't know about, oh yeah, this is why they do what they do. They'll find anything negative to ostracize. They'll pick and pull things apart because they need you separated. The enemy's job is to separate you from what holds you together. That's his job. The enemy's job is to separate you from what holds you together. So that's why you have to be on your P's and on your Q's, because you have to know, just like, I'm trying to get out of here. Did y'all not see what the picture that I just painted for you with Jesus in the wilderness? Did y'all not just see that the enemy saw where the word of God was holding Jesus together, that's what he was standing on? So the enemy did what? He went and got the word of God just as well, right? And he says, okay, the word also say this. The enemy's job is to break what holds you together. So if that word is what's holding you together, let me manipulate that word so that I can, because I gotta destroy you. I gotta break what's holding you together. Because if Jesus wasn't Jesus and he allowed that to happen, then what he would have done, like some of us who are not yet ready or in that mindset, what would have happened is, that is what the words say. You did say that you will send some angels. You did say you ain't gonna let me kick my feet up against a stone. You did say you was gonna protect me. So let me try this out. Let me see if it's really gonna work. Wait a minute. You know how we do. That's what some people would have done. You have to be able to identify these things. You have to be able to identify these things every single time, because it's always going to be somebody that's going to be coming at you about you being in alignment. And that's nothing but the adversary every single time. Understand that. I love you guys so much, man. We're going to get out of here. We 30 minutes over our time this morning, but it's been tight, but it's been right. It's been a beautiful place that we've been in right here together. I absolutely love y'all, and y'all know that. If you have not subscribed to my Patreon, click that link in my bio that says Linktree Street. Select that and then go on down to where it says Mental Health Support Group. Select that $10 tier and become a part of my chosen family. Right now, today, we have prayer every Tuesday and Thursday. Thursday night, we have study groups. So if you're just now starting your spiritual journey, your healing journey, your self-love journey, and you need the support of like-minded people, you want an environment that you can grow and you can feel love and oneness with, that's right, go ahead and become a part of the chosen family. This is what we do. I give you guys a homework assignment the first of each month that you work for that whole entire month. I meet with you guys 3 times a week. That's right, and it's only for $10 a month. $10 a month. You get, I meet with y'all personally on my chat, face to face, there you go, via StreamYard, face to face, 3 times a week. Bring your questions, your comments, your testimony. And I'm gonna tell you right now, some of y'all be like, use it. Bring your questions, bring your comments, bring your testimonies right then and there. Some people say, well, I can't afford a therapist right now. I can't afford coaching right now. Okay, well, instead of paying $100 for coaching or $200 for therapy sessions, you spend $10 to be a part of the Patreon, which is $2.50 a week. And you bring your questions and your comments and anything that you're dealing with, and you ask those questions inside of the group. Come on now. Let's make this thing work for you, right? Let's make this thing work for you. You come inside of the Patreon for only $10, and when you sign up for that, anything that you're dealing with, you have a whole group, a whole family that's right there, that's praying with you and for you, fasting with you and for you, studying with you, understand me, bringing all this information, giving all, right there. What you talking about? You're doing yourself a disservice. If money is tight, that's the best thing that you can do. That's the best. Friends say, that's fair. Think about it. I try to think about it. And you're getting mental health support, spiritual support, emotional support, all in one place for $10 a month. There's no beating that. There's nothing else that I could do about that. There's nothing else I can do. I've taken it down to as low as I can have it at, right? And truth be told, anybody take it, mine been that since 2020. I don't do all the inflating and doing all that. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help. I want to bring as many people in alignment with Christ as I possibly can. So I try to keep everything affordable for everybody so that everybody can be a part and get what it is that they need mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I want to see you develop and live up to your fullest potential. I want to see you create the very best version of yourself that you can possibly create. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to serve. Right? I absolutely love you guys so much, man. Y'all know I'm getting prepared for Africa. I will be going out to Ghana. I'll be going out to Ghana the end of this month, man. This time, I'm going to be going on the 24th. So, like, man, I'm trying to get everything together. I'm super excited, but I'm a little bit nervous all at the same time. I've never went out of the country by myself. So this time I'm actually going without my family. I'm going to be meeting some people out there and whatnot. But yes, man, so I'm a little bit nervous, but at the same time, I'm extremely excited. And yes, I'm going out there to serve. I'm not going out there to be the center of no attention, to be out there doing all that extra stuff. I'm going out there. I will be at the orphanage out there in West Africa, over in Ghana, that caters to children who have autism from the ages of 4 to 18. And I'm going to be going out there. The Chosen family and some of my internet family, you guys have already cashed at me, and we're going to take them some money out there to be able to go and get some of the resources that they need for their facility, as far as clean water and clothes and whatnot. So they're going to take them, I'm going to give them that money. And we're also going to be taking over there for a lot of the kids. We're going to be taking over there. We got some shoes that we got some undergarments that we're going to be taking, some toys that we're going to be taking, some colorful things with textures, stuff like that we're going to be taking just to present to the kids. And then we're going to make sure that we take care of the facility as well, you know what I'm saying, to get them some things that they need, from food and water and other supplies that they need while they're there. This is going to be the reason why we're doing what we're doing, man, because I'm a firm believer that, it's not about being famous. It's about impact. Whose life are you impacting? What is it that you're doing to service the people, to help the people? What are you pouring into the people? That is my mission. That is my goal in life. I love folk. Understand me. Y'all know that I love me some people. I do. I know that sometimes people are mean and all of that, but I love people. And I feel like sometimes people are only mean, and they are the way that they are because of the experiences that they've gone through. And I try my best to try to, show them a whole nother way of living life. I absolutely love you guys. But if I blessed your soul this morning, if I motivated you, if I inspired you, if I lifted your spirit on this morning, double tap on my screen on all platforms. I need 400. Can I get 400 stars? I need 400 stars on Facebook. I do not want to come on here on Facebook and I don't meet my goal. I normally meet my goal every morning on Facebook. I want to meet the goal on Facebook. Can y'all go to Facebook? I want to get my goal real quick. I need 3 badges on IG though. TikTok, y'all done showed out bad. Y'all almost at 300K. The goal is 200K. Y'all almost at 300K. Y'all ain't playing no games over here on TikTok. Thank y'all so much, man. Every single day that you wake up. Hey, Precious say Facebook. Y'all better stop playing. Hey, go talk to him, man. Thank you so much, Crystal Love. I got my family. They jumping over there right now. They about to boost it up. Let's make a goal over here on Facebook. Every single day that you wake up and you put 10 toes to the ground, I want you to sweat yourself. Tell yourself how beautiful you are and how much you love you, because there's no love like self-love. And you first have got to love yourself way before you're able to love anybody else. It's your favorite online motivational speaker, inspirational speaker, and life coach. It's your girl, Street Poet. I love you guys. I cannot say that enough. Thank you to everybody that sent the Cash App, that double tapped on the screen, that sent badges and whatnot on this morning. I love you guys so much, man. Thank y'all. Can't say it enough. Can't say it enough. I love y'all. Man, y'all going off over here on IG. Y'all are going off over here on IG. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. We just reached our goal over here, man. Big ups to everybody that slid over to my Facebook platform and just went over there and got me some stars going. So we just got the goal. We had 2,076. I truly appreciate you. Oh, man. Thank you, Lynn, so much. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you, Nisha Smith. Appreciate you. What I want you guys to do on all platforms, please, my TikTok family, make sure y'all are also following me on IG and Facebook. My IG is the same thing as my TikTok, Street Poet _1125. Street Poet _1125. I don't know what's going to be happening, what platforms going into 2025. I don't want anybody to be disconnected from the word. Make sure you're following my IG, Street Poet _1125. Street Poet _1125. If you're following over here, make sure y'all go to my Facebook. My Facebook is Leroy S. Hall. Leroy S. Hall. So everybody that's my TikTok family, y'all make sure y'all follow my other platforms as well. I want to make sure that we do not leave anybody and nobody is lost in the sauce, that everybody is always connected in his word. Yeah, we ain't going to play them type of games, baby. Yeah, the devil is a lie. We don't play like that. We going to make sure we stay connected no matter what. I absolutely love you guys, and I want you guys to have an amazing Thursday. Patreon family, I'll see you guys at 12 o'clock for prayer. I'll see you guys there. Yeah. Because what I'm about to do, y'all, I'm about to go to this gym. I sure am. I'm about to go right on over here. Oh, you just follow me over here? Come on, let's go. I'm about to go to this gym, right? Because I don't play like that. I'm about to go to the gym and I'm about to get my little workout on, put my sauna suit on. Because, yeah, I'm working on this. I'm going over to do that right now. So I love you guys, and I'll see you guys at 12 o'clock. Y'all be good.